Caring for an elderly parent or other family member is mentally tough. It can be so emotionally draining that you might feel like you can't do this much longer. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can practice emotional strength training so you're going to be able to take anything that gets thrown at your emotions. Hi there, I'm Sophia. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to be a more satisfied, more successful, and more informed family caregiver, then go ahead and start now and hit the subscribe button. Do you ever look at other family caregivers and wonder, why don't they look stressed? Why do they seem to have an easier time caregiving than you? Well, maybe you are caring for a really difficult parent, but aren't other caregivers also taking care of a difficult parent? Do you ever wonder why they seem to be dealing with it emotionally, but you're having a really hard time? It could be that they've taken the time to learn to build up their emotional strength when it comes to caregiving. While there are some things that you can do to improve the way you communicate with your parent and how they behave, like I talk about in these 2 videos here about paranoid delusions and parents who repeat themselves all the time, more often than not, you're not going to be able to change your parents' behavior or the way they treat and interact with you. But luckily, you can boost your own emotional strength so that you can learn to react differently no matter what situation or bad behaviors they present to you. In turn, this is going to reduce your level of stress and help you be a better caregiver longer. So here's 3 things that you can do to build up your emotional strength. The first thing that you can do to build up your emotional strength for caregiving is to pay attention to that little voice that's in your head when you're faced with a really difficult caregiving situation. What is that little voice saying to you? Is it berating you and saying things like, "You're a horrible caregiver. You suck at this. You can't handle this. Mom hates you. You can't do anything right. This is never going to get better"? Or is that voice turning you on your loved one and saying things like, "I hate Dad when he doesn't listen to me. She's constantly criticizing you. All she does is complain. I wish they'd hurry up and die already"? Most people don't even realize that there's this little voice that's constantly talking, constantly feeding you negative thoughts. Once you learn to pay attention to it and realize that it's there, then and only then can you influence what it says. So first, there's a couple of things that you need to know about this voice. And one is that you are not the voice in your head. You are the one listening to the voice in your head. You need to be able to separate them out. The second thing is, just because the voice is saying something doesn't mean it's right. Here's what you can do when you catch that voice being negative. You need to somehow snap yourself out of that thought. You can say it out loud. "Stop it. Whoa, voice, get out of here." Imagine that a real person is standing right in front of you and saying all those really negative things like, "You suck, you can't do anything right. I wish your parent was dead." What would you do to a stranger standing there saying those things to you? Well, you'd smack them right in the face and tell them to get the hell out of here. And that's exactly what you need to do with those voices. You need to just whack those thoughts right out of here. And try to replace those negative thoughts with some more affirming, positive, calming thoughts, like, "You're doing the best you can. Today is a bad day, but tomorrow's going to be better. You can handle this. It's Mom's dementia that is making her treat me this way. This is going to pass." Compared to those negative voices, these voices are going to significantly help you get through tough caregiver times. I call it emotional strengthening because it takes practice, and you're going to slowly and slowly get better and stronger at recognizing the voices and learning to get rid of them. You'll recognize them sooner, and you're going to replace them with more positive, affirming thoughts. Each time it'll occur a little faster and a little faster. And again, the more you practice, the more automatic it's going to become. I really promise that practicing this is going to greatly reduce your stress when it comes to caring for a loved one. The second thing that you can do to build up your caregiving emotional strength is to accept that caregiving is hard and stop fighting the situation all the time. It would be like you're like a fireman who thinks that he can be a fireman but never have to put out a fire. The normal course of caregiving has its ups and downs, and it's going to have its good days and bad days and really crappy days. When you're having a really bad day, you have to remind yourself, oh, this is one of those bad days, but a good day is going to be right around the corner. And do what you need to do to get through the moment, the hour, or the day. Acknowledge a bad day for what it is. It is just part of the normal ups and downs of caregiving, and dealing with situations and putting out fires is part of the responsibility. The third thing that you can do to build up your caregiver emotional strength is to become permeable. Notice I did not say impermeable, because impermeable means watertight or impassable. Being impermeable is like fighting everything all the time, fighting everything that comes to you, not letting anything in. It's kind of like Wonder Woman, who's always dodging the bullets. That is not the idea here. That is way too stressful. We don't want to be fighting everything all the time. On the other hand, to be permeable is to let everything in, but to also let it pass right through you. Imagine that your parent has been putting you down all day, criticizing you, telling you that you're doing everything wrong, telling you to go away, telling you you're a bad daughter, pointing the finger at you, accusing you of things, cussing at you. Oh my God, these things hurt the heart. And our first reaction is often to yell right back, or try to convince them that they're wrong, or you didn't do those things, or to give them an ultimatum to stop their behavior or get out. And then there's that little voice again in your ear, causing you to be sad and depressed and angry about the situation. But don't forget, your parent's brain is sick and it's not working right. They're ill, and they might not be able to stop themselves from saying these really angry, hurtful things to you. You have to be the one to change, because you're the one who's capable of it. You have to change how you're letting this affect you emotionally if you want to continue to be a caregiver. You have to learn to be permeable, meaning letting their words go right through you. Pretend that your body is made up of super fine mesh material. And when your parent starts spewing mean and hurtful things at you, imagine that their words are coming at you like a cloud. And you just let that cloud go right through you and right out the back. You don't let it hurt you, and you don't let it affect you. What if you were able to just take it from your parent without flinching your face or changing your body posture, and without it affecting you, and just letting it go, not reacting, not fighting it, like you didn't even hear it. Practice this next time. It's different from trying to fight off the negative words like Wonder Woman, calmly letting their words in and calmly letting them through you and out without affecting you. This is the goal. Calmly letting their words in and calmly letting them just go through you. And if you are able to do that, this is some incredible emotional strength. You can do this. You can do it. It's going to take some practice, but I know that you can do this. You should literally imagine their words as a cloud going through you. Remain untouched and let them just go past you. Remain unhurt, unaffected. Don't let it overwhelm you. You might even look forward to them being ornery at you so you can practice, because it will take a lot of practice. I know you can't change your parent entirely, but you can change how you respond to them. I promise that if you practice these 3 emotional strength training methods, you are going to drastically see a reduction in your caregiver stress and in your dissatisfaction. If you try out one of these methods, let me know how it goes in the comments below. Here are a couple more videos that I think you're going to find helpful in your caregiving journey. If you found today's information helpful, then please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you don't want to miss any new videos on everything senior, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I release videos every Tuesday and you're not going to want to miss out. Thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you next time.